I think our diversity in Reform congregations and our inclusivity is our primary distinguishing factor, especially in Montreal. And I think that it's one of our greatest strengths. And like other areas which are areas of strength, I think that it's something of which we should be tremendously proud, that people can find a home here who wouldn't find a home anywhere else, that this is an open door to Judaism for people for whom doors have been closed other places. And I take that, that role and that responsibility and that opportunity very seriously. I want Temple to be a place where people can find a home, where we can honor, for instance, a non-Jewish parent who has chosen to take on all of the sacrifice and commitment involved to raise a Jewish child, where we can support that person and celebrate that person, where we can open the doors into Jewish life for people who are interested in conversion, where a multiracial family can come in or an adoptive family come in and feel like they're not the only ones who look like them, or that people aren't looking at them or asking them or speaking to them as if they don't belong. You know, I come to this congregation with two daughters in a two-mom family, and I want my kids, I need my kids to feel at home here, to feel like we're a congregation that embraces different kinds of families and different kinds of Jews. And that is very true to this notion of Big Tent Judaism, it's called, that started with Abraham and Sarah. The teaching with Abraham and Sarah is that they had a tent that was open on all four sides, so that whatever direction someone was coming from, they wouldn't have to look to find a door. They could find a way in, and they could find a safe and a welcoming and a holy space. And I think that that's our role. You look at this sanctuary, which has that beautiful, almost tent on top, bringing in the light. And I think of that. I think of Abraham and Sarah's tent. And they, of course, were the first Jews. They defined Judaism as a religion of openness, as a religion of welcome. And I think the wider open our doors are, the stronger we are together. You know, I'm so cognizant of the opportunities that I've had in my life. I went to Oxford as a Rhodes Scholar, knowing that for generations women couldn't be Rhodes Scholars or couldn't go to the college which I attended, that those doors had been closed. I came to the rabbinate having grown up conservative and then having doors closed to me when I realized that the love of my life was a woman and when I came out. And so when I say that I'm an immigrant to the Reform movement and I have an immigrant's loyalty, that's very connected to this experience of doors being opened and doors being closed. And I really do believe that our role, even though it involves risks, even though it involves difficult questions of who we are and what can be changed and what can't be changed, I think we have to ask those questions, because it's not a good enough answer to me to say, well, you know, it is what it is and it's always been this way, so it'll always be this way. It's not good for us, and it's not good for the people who could find a way in. I really believe that Judaism has something so important to offer in this community, in this world, in this life, that to not let someone in is a loss to them, and it's a loss to us, because you never know what that person could bring. You know, one of my favorite sets of stories in Judaism has to do with this notion that, you know, when you name a baby or when you have a bris, there's a chair for Elijah, because the idea is that anybody, any new person in a community could be Elijah, could be the harbinger of the Messianic age. And so if we really look at each other that way, then we treat each other that way, and we don't look at who someone loves or how somebody grew up or what they look like and say, oh no, that person has nothing to bring here. That person has everything to bring here.